Revolution number 3 is bringing back the importance of the glue. Is the third active part of your racket. First revolution was speed glue. Second revolution was banning of speed glue when manufacturers improve a lot the quality of blades and rubbers. And now you have to enjoy revolution number 3 glue. Let's see first how the glue looks after it is glued. So we are trying to peel the rubber, and it is really very simple to peel. So the adherence of the glue is not so hard. You cannot damage the blade or the rubber. Now we will peel off the glue, starting from one side. The initial glue was not so thick, but as you see, we can peel it without any problem. And the rubber is elastic, very, very elastic, so it's improving the quality of the ball bouncing. Spin and control. The blade is clean, really clean, and we don't have any problem in damaging the blade. Same with the other one. Very simple to peel off. Let's see how much glue we have on this one. This is how revolution number 3 looks and works. Everyone can see that this interface is very elastic and of course is helping to improve the ball control, the spin and the speed. The blade is clean and not damaged. Very easy. Like this it must look. This surface is smooth, clean, as you see, very elastic, and for sure it's improving the quality of bouncing of the ball. After peeling off, sponge remains absolutely perfect. Let's try another one. This glue is not having more than 0.405 millimeters thickness, and you see it is really very elastic. Sponge remains clean. This is how it must look. It's obviously for anyone that the elasticity will help in obtaining best results. We show you how to use revolution number 3 to assemble perfectly your racket. First of all, you need to weight the rubbers, the blade, in original packaging, before cutting, with glue, without glue, so in order to know exactly what is the weight you like of your racket. You just weigh them, note everything. This is having 88 grams. One rubber 65 grams, 68.4. So we start applying revolution number 3. First of all, you need the right quantity on the rubber for one layer and the right quantity on the blade. For normal use, I recommend 1-2 layers on rubber and one layer on blade. For professional use, it will be 3-5 layers on rubber and 2 layers on the blade. You'll get used with the viscosity, with the self-leveling effect of this rubber, and as you see, this kind of sponge, it's easy to use, and there is much more effectiveness in using it. The best way is to let it dry naturally. But if you are forced, you can use a hair dryer. But we recommend that the distance should be big enough not to dry it with very hot air. If you are using a dryer, every layer is dried in less than 30 seconds. If you are letting dry naturally, depending on the quantity you put it on the rubber, you can wait 10, 15 or 20 minutes. For example, I can help drying like this. Now already you can see the self-leveling effect. It is very shiny, and it's clear that the thickness of the glue, it will be the same on the whole surface. Okay, we'll let this here to dry. Practically, the layer of the glue is like an active supplementary rubber between blade and sponge. There are two surfaces that must be connected, and revolution number 3 is doing this in the most proper way, because you have an elastic surface of wood, but a different elasticity than the elasticity of the rubber. And between them, you need a connection, which you saw. It is very elastic, tough elastic, and could be designed the thickness as the player wants. As you see, even after minutes, you can readjust the surface and make it and correcting it, so there is nothing really special. For the professional use, I recommend the best recipe could be 2-3 layers on the rubber and 2 layers on the blade. We can work on the clean rubbers. You remember that these rubbers have been covered by glue. The sponge remains perfectly clean, so you can use it again. You can put the glue on, because maybe you have decided to do this, to glue some rubbers, and then you can preserve them and use it whenever you like in the sport hole. You can preserve them with things like this, or just plastic or silicone or whatever it is, and use it in the sport hole. Let's see how the glue works on gnocchi blades or on lacquered blades. It is as simple as that. You let it dry. It is as simple as that. And you let it dry, and it will have cell leveling effect. Everything will be fine. This sponge is specially designed for revolution number 3, and it is much more easy to use than any other type of sponge. Depending on the capacities of the bottles, sponges having different dimensions. You can use it for how much you use the glue, and it is really very simple to reuse it without damaging it and saving nature. You just wash it after you can. So, 2 layers of glue on rubbers and 2 layers of glue on blades. They are ready for assembly. I'm going to use the protection silicone foil. The roller. So here it is. As you see, the adherence is good, it's okay. The other one, okay. One is ready. Another one is coming. This time I will fix it with the protection foil on it to see that there is no difference, no significant difference. The other one is ready and can be cut in the same way as the first one. Always the best way to assemble the racket is to use a clicky press. Normally we can put exactly as it is, or use some protection foil for the rubbers and put it in the clicky press. Keep it for one night, and like this you obtain the best results. Like this you tension the rubbers and the glue will work perfectly. In the end, some tips that are useful for you. So don't glue in the sport hole. Moisture and time pressure will make you to pay less attention to gluing, which is a very important fact. Second, weight your rubbers, weight the blade before and after gluing to know exactly what is your recipe. So let layers dry naturally until from white they become perfectly transparent and tacky. Use the roller to stick the rubbers on blades and use the right scissors to cut your rubbers. Always use a clicky press to obtain the best result for adherence and for uniformity of your layer. Keep racket in the press for the night to obtain the best results. Enjoy playing like a pro with Revolution number 3. Here we have already one more layer of glue on the rubber and one on blade. We are going to assembly using this roller. If you missed it, you can try again, and with the roller as you see, very simple, you use it. We use Revolution number 3 cleaner and rejuvenation. For the rubber. Now it's practically ready to go. First layer of adhesive. And we have to apply the second one. Simple and fast. Do not use circular motion, it's not necessary. But you can do also this if you like. All these bubbles are disappearing in time and it's getting a perfect, smooth, shiny aspect after drying. So don't worry if it looks like this. It's self-leveling and in the final you'll obtain the best quality. Smooth and uniform surface of a very elastic layer, like the speed glue had. It is really important the thickness of this layer. If it is between 0.5 millimeters and 0.8 millimeters, you obtain the perfect response for the ball. Perfect bouncing, perfect spin, perfect speed, perfect control, and much better. And you can also have the sound, the click sound that is so appreciated by all players in the world. All the surfaces are prepared with only one layer of glue. So, what we have here, we have an old glue, old rubber prepared 1 month ago, ready to be used, which was protected with a protection foil, and it will be ready to use. We are going to use it on a blade with long pimples. Take a look on the quality of the glue on the long pimples rubber. It is smooth, shiny, and perfectly uniform. Okay, what we have here, we have one very, very fine layer of adhesive on a rubber that was composed by a sponge and a top sheet, and it was glued with revolution number 3, and we are going to add revolution number 3 glue sheet, a glue that it's already having 0.5 millimeters. What we have here, it is a top sheet where we have used very small quantity of glue, and we are going to fix it with the rubber that is having also one layer of glue. Remember the products. First of all, the glue, revolution number 3, special sponge, gluing sheet, roller, press, cleaner, and the special operations that we made. We can glue pimples, long pimples, ox, perfectly, and also top sheets on sponge. Enjoy playing like a pro with revolution number 3. In the end, some tips that are useful for you. So, don't glue in the sport hole. Moisture and time pressure will make you to pay less attention to gluing, which is a very important fact. Second, weight your rubbers, weight the blade before and after gluing to know exactly what is your recipe. So let layers dry naturally until from white they become perfectly transparent and tacky. Use the roller to stick the rubbers on blades and use the right scissors to cut your rubbers. Always use a clicky press to obtain the best result for adherence and for uniformity of your layer. Keep racket in the press for the night to obtain the best results. Enjoy playing like a pro with Revolution number 3.